Hello students, greetings from Indore Public School. In the last class, we have discussed about the pollination, its types and the various stages. We have also discussed about the advantages and disadvantages and the adaptations in the plants, in the flowers for different agents of pollination. Fine. So today we are going to study about post-pollinating events. What happens after pollination? So let us continue. So the first thing that happens, that starts after pollination, is pollen-pistil interaction. Now, what is the meaning of pollen-pistil interaction? We definitely know that during cross-pollination, when it occurs in nature, any type of pollen can pollinate any type of plant. But every time the pollen cannot germinate. The pollen will germinate only if it belongs to the same species or if the pollen is compatible with that particular flower. Fine. So, how does this identification occurs? How does this process occurs? So, this occurs due to pollen-pistil interaction. We can understand it by just thinking that, or by just understanding that there is an interaction, there is a chemical dialogue between pollen and the pistil. Fine. Means pollen grain will release certain chemicals, in response pistil will release certain chemicals, and so the process continues. Fine. And all this chemical dialogue will lead to the process of germination of pollen. Fine. So that means pollen pistil interaction. Fine. So it means that all events from deposition of pollen grain on the stigma to entry of pollen tube into the ovule. Fine. So after pollination occurs and before pollen tube enters, right, there are some chemical changes in the pollen and the pistil. So this is known as pollen pistil interaction. Fine. By this there is identification of compatible or incompatible pollen grain by the stigma. The stigma will identify whether the pollen grain is compatible or incompatible. Fine. Compatible pollen grain can be considered as a pollen grain which belongs to the same species. Even we have discussed as one of the outbreeding devices that many of the plants are incompatible to the pollen grain of the same plant, just to promote cross pollination. Fine. So even that thing will happen due to pollen pistil interaction. Fine. So it identifies whether the pollen grain is compatible or incompatible. Fine. Now this is a dynamic process involving pollen recognition followed by promotion or inhibition of the pollen. Fine. So dynamic process means continuous change takes place, and the result of this process is that pollen recognition will occur, and if the pollen is found compatible, then it will germinate. Fine. The pollen tube will grow inside the stigma, and if it is not found compatible, then it will not germinate. Fine. So the reason basically behind is chemical interaction between pollen and stigma. As I have already told you that there is a kind of chemical dialogue. Fine. There is a substance called pollen kit. We have already discussed that the outer covering of outer to the exine, which is the outer covering of the pollen grain, there is a chemical called pollen kit, right? And that pollen kit is responsible for the initiation of this chemical dialogue, and in response to it the stigma also releases certain chemicals, and if it is found compatible, then the pollen grain are allowed to germinate. Then the pollen grain, if the pollen is found to be compatible, the pollen will germinate. What is the meaning of germination of pollen grain? It will come out through the germ pore. Fine. We have already discussed that what is a germ pore. In the exine there is an opening. There is a part in the pollen grain where exine is discontinuous. Fine. So from that part the vegetative cell along with the intine that comes out to form the pollen tube, right? We have already discussed that the exine is composed of sporopollenin. Fine. क्या है स्पोरोपोलिनिन? स्पोरोपोलिनिन एक बहुत ही हार्ड और रेजिस्टेंट सब्सटेंस है जिसको कोई भी केमिकल ब्रेक नहीं कर सकता, ठीक है। तो इसीलिए पोलन जर्मिनेट हो, इसके लिए एग्जाइन में एक ओपनिंग होती है जहां पे स्पोरोपोलेनिन एब्सेंट होता है, मिसिंग होता है, और वहीं दैट पार्ट इज नोन एज जर्म पोर, और वहीं से पोलन जर्मिनेट होता है, ठीक है। आफ्टर जर्मिनेशन द पोलन ट्यूब passes through the stigma style and it reaches the ovary. Fine. Okay. Now, pollen grain, we have already discussed that most of the pollen grains, when they are released, they are in two-celled condition. Fine. There are two cells in the pollen grain. One is a vegetative cell and the another is a generative cell. Fine. So, vegetative cell helps in the formation of the pollen tube, right? Generative cell, it will divide into two to form two male gametes, right? So sometimes before release of pollen grain only, the generative cell may divide into two. Fine. So already the pollen grain may release in three-celled stage, or it may release in two-celled stage. After the pollination, after the formation of pollen tube, the generative cell may divide into two to form two male gametes. Fine. So now it comes under three-celled condition, fine, with two male gametes and one vegetative cell. Now, as the pollen tube reaches the ovary, it enters the ovule through the micropyle. We have already studied that the ovule has a micropyle, right? An opening, fine, और उस opening से ये जो pollen tube होता है ये enter होता है, right? Micropylar end पे ही egg apparatus होता है. The egg apparatus, we have already discussed, is composed of 3 cells, 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. So, the pollen tube enters through the synergids, right? In the egg apparatus, we have already discussed that synergids have a special type of structure which is called filiform apparatus. Fine. So, the filiform apparatus receives the male gamete, right, and it passes it to the egg cell. Fine. You can see in this diagram. Okay. So this is the female reproductive. This is your NCERT page number 32. You can see the pistil, right, showing pollen germination. Right, the pollen has germinated, it has passed through the stigma style and it has reached the ovary and the ovule. Now it will enter through the micropyle. Now this is a micropyle, it is trying to enter through the micropyle. At the micropylar end, we have the egg apparatus which constitutes 3 cells, 2 synergids and 1 egg cell. Right, here we can see. Fine. Now these are the 2 synergids and this is a filiform apparatus, right? So this male gamete will enter through this synergid. It may enter any of the synergid, fine, through the filiform apparatus. Now this filiform apparatus will let it enter into the synergid, and through the synergid it will pass to the egg cell as well as the polar nuclei, right? Fine. You can see here the synergid has disrupted and it has passed the male nuclei to the polar nuclei as well as the egg cell, right? So this is the role of synergid in fertilization. Fine. Now, what happens after the male gamete enters the synergid? The pollen tube releases the 2 male gametes into the cytoplasm of the synergid, right? They are released into the cytoplasm of the synergid through the filiform apparatus. The pollen tube reaches the 2 male gametes into the cytoplasm of the synergid, diploid zygote formation, right? So this process, the fusion of the egg cell and the male nucleus occurs. This process is known as syngamy. So what is syngamy? Syngamy is fusion of the male nucleus with the egg cell, right? Now simultaneously the other male gamete moves towards the two polar nuclei. I hope you remember two polar nuclei. Let us refresh ourselves with the previous slides. Yes, so you can see these are the two polar nuclei and these are the synergids. This is a filiform apparatus. So the male gamete will enter through this. It will enter the filiform apparatus. Through filiform apparatus, it will enter into the cytoplasm of the synergid. From here, one male gamete will pass to this egg cell and another male gamete will move towards this polar nuclei. Fine. So the fusion of the male gamete with the egg cell is known as syngamy. This will result in the formation of zygote. Simultaneously, the two polar nuclei will fuse with each other to form secondary nucleus, and they will fuse with the other male nucleus to form the PEN, primary endosperm nucleus, right? Whatever we are discussing is very, very important. You should understand. Fine, this is known as double fertilization. ठीक है, डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन का मतलब क्या है कि फर्टिलाइजेशन दो बार हो रहा है. फर्टिलाइजेशन मतलब फ्यूजन, तो फ्यूजन दो बार हो रहा है, इसीलिए इसको बोलते हैं डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. अब ये दो बार फ्यूजन क्या हो रहा है? मेल गैमीट्स दो हैं. फाइन, अभी हमने डिस्कस किया था कि जो जेनरेटिव सेल है वो दो में डिवाइड हो जाती है तो दो मेल गैमीट बन जाते हैं. ठीक है, ओके. तो अब उसमें से एक मेल गैमीट, दोनों मेल गैमीट जो है यहीं पर एंटर करेंगे, साइटोप्लाज्म में एंटर करेंगे साइनर्जिड के थ्रू. एक मेल गैमीट जो है वो एग सेल के साथ फ्यूज हो जाएगा. इस फ्यूजन को बोलते हैं सिंगेमी. ठीक है, इट विल रिजल्ट इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ डिप्लॉयड जाइगोट. फाइन, एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ सिंगेमी डिप्लॉयड जाइगोट बनेगा. ठीक है, ये दोनों पोलर न्यूक्लियाई हैं जो कि लार्ज सेंट्रल सेल में हैं. ये दोनों पोलर न्यूक्लियाई आपस में फ्यूज होंगे. दोनों पोलर न्यूक्लियाई हैप्लॉइड है. जब ये फ्यूज होंगे तो ये डिप्लॉयड बन जाएंगे. ठीक है, ये फ्यूज होने के बाद में ये मेल न्यूक्लियस के साथ फ्यूज होंगे, दूसरे मेल न्यूक्लियस के साथ फ्यूज होंगे. नाउ इस केस में वी कैन सी दैट थ्री सेल्स, थ्री न्यूक्लियाई आर फ्यूजिंग, two polar nuclei and one male nucleus. So this process is known as secondary, this process is known as triple fusion. Fine. So दो fertilization हो रहे हैं, एक हो रहा है सिंगेमी और दूसरा हो रहा है ट्रिपल फ्यूजन. सिंगेमी हो रहा है एग सेल और मेल न्यूक्लियस के बीच में. ट्रिपल फ्यूजन हो रहा है दो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई और मेल न्यूक्लियस के बीच में. सिंगेमी, एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ सिंगेमी डिप्लॉयड जाइगोट इज फॉर्म्ड. डिप्लॉयड जाइगोट बन रहा है. ये जाइगोट जो है वो एम्ब्रियो बनाएगा जो कि आगे जाके एक नया प्लांट में डेवलप होगा. ये जो दो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई के साथ में मेल न्यूक्लियस फ्यूज हो रहा है, इट विल फॉर्म प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस. इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड पेन, PEN भी बोलते हैं इसको, प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस. प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस ट्रिप्लॉइड सेल होता है. इट इज अ ट्रिप्लॉइड सेल. व्हाई ट्रिप्लॉइड? बिकॉज थ्री न्यूक्लियाई आर फ्यूजिंग. सो इट इज अ ट्रिप्लॉइड सेल and it will result in the formation of endosperm, right? अब ये endosperm क्या है? Endosperm is a nutritive tissue which is meant for nourishment of the zygote. जब जाइगोट एम्ब्रियो में कन्वर्ट होगा तो उसमें सेल डिविजन्स होंगे, तो उस समय उसको एनर्जी की जरूरत होती है, और ये जो एनर्जी है दिस इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द एंडोस्पर्म. नाउ लेट अस मूव बैक. ओके, तो हमने देखा यहाँ पे डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन में दो प्रोसेस हो रहे हैं, दो बार फ्यूजन हो रहा है, सिंगेमी और ट्रिपल फ्यूजन. ठीक है, सिंगेमी हो रहा है मेल न्यूक्लियस और एग सेल के बीच में, जिससे जाइगोट बन रहा है. दिस इज डिप्लॉयड जाइगोट. नाउ दिस जाइगोट विल डेवलप इनटू एन एम्ब्रियो. एंड ट्रिपल फ्यूजन हो रहा है विच अकर्स बिटवीन द अदर मेल गैमीट एंड द टू पोलर न्यूक्लियाई, राइट? So fusion occurs, it results in the formation of triploid primary endosperm nucleus, right? Primary endosperm nucleus forms a primary endosperm cell and it forms the endosperm, right? Fine. तो ये एक पिस्टिल है. फाइन, यहाँ पे ये तीन सेल्स आपस में फ्यूज हो रहे हैं, दो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई और एग सेल, जिससे कि ट्रिप्लॉइड प्राइमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस बन रहा है जो न्यूक्लियस बनाएगा. यहाँ पे ये मेल गैमीट जो आप ब्लू में देख सकते हैं, इट इज फ्यूजिंग विद द एग सेल दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड सिंगेमी, और जिससे कि जाइगोट बनेगा जो कि एम्ब्रियो बनाएगा. Fine. This diagram just gives the review of the plant cycle. Fine. This is a flower which is the reproductive part. Pollen is transferred to the stigma. Fine. तो pollination होगा, उसके बाद में pollen tube develop होगी, germination होगा और fertilization होगा. That will be double fertilization and seed formation will occur. Okay. Now, before pollen pistil interaction, ये जो प्रोसेस हमने डिस्कस किया है, दैट वी आर डूइंग आर्टिफिशियली ऑल्सो, विच इज नोन एज आर्टिफिशियल हाइब्रिडाइजेशन. ये जो प्रोसेस है ये क्रॉप इंप्रूवमेंट प्रोग्राम में किया जाता है. फाइन. वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड अबाउट इट इन प्रीवियस क्लासेस. व्हाट इज डन इन दिस? वी चूज 2 वेराइटीज हैविंग द डिजायर्ड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. जो भी हमको डिजायर्ड, जो भी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स डिजायर्ड चाहिए हमको किसी भी वेराइटी ऑफ प्लांट में, उस डिजायर्ड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक वाले हम 2 अलग अलग प्लांट्स चूज करेंगे. फाइन. उसमें से फर्स्ट स्टेप विच इज डन इज कॉल्ड इमैस्कुलेशन. इमैस्कुलेशन मीन्स फ्रॉम अ बाइसेक्शुअल फ्लावर द एंथर्स आर रिमूव्ड बिफोर मैच्योरेशन. राइट. एक जो भी बाइसेक्शुअल फ्लावर है उसमें से हम मैच्योरेशन के पहले ही एंथर्स को रिमूव कर देंगे, सो दैट फ्लावर्स विल नाउ बिहेव ओनली एज अ फीमेल फ्लावर because the male reproductive part is removed. Fine. So this process is known as emasculation. After emasculation, the flower is bagged, means it is covered with a bag so that it is not contaminated with other pollen. Fine. It should be pollinated with only the desired pollen. So it is bagged to prevent contamination with other pollen. Fine. Then what is done? When the stigma becomes receptive, at that time the pollen grains from the other plant, other variety, plant having desirable variety is collected and it is dusted over the stigma of the other flower. Fine. And in this case, pollination is means we are pollinating. The desired characteristics will come into the same seed, right? So this is artificial hybridization. And later on the process which occurs will be the same as double fertilization. Fine. So instead of occurring naturally, natural pollination, we are undergoing the pollination to bring about the desired traits in the plant. Fine. Okay. Now let us come to post fertilization event. Fine. So next, post fertilization, again let me tell you that it is very important. Many times question comes, what are the post fertilization changes, events that occur. Fine. So post fertilization events, as the name suggests, means what all changes occur in the flower after fertilization takes place. Right. So after the double fertilization, we know we get the primary endosperm nucleus as well as the zygote. Right. So it is a formation of endosperm and embryo. It is the endosperm and embryo development stage. Fine. So first thing what happens is endosperm development. Now you should understand here that endosperm development precedes the embryo development. What does the statement mean? That primary endosperm nucleus पहले cell division होगा उसमें और वो endosperm में convert होगा, उसके बाद जो जाइगोट है वो एम्ब्रियो में कन्वर्ट होगा. इसका रीजन बहुत सिंपल है समझना. एंडोस्पर्म का यूटिलिटी क्या है? व्हाट इज द यूटिलिटी ऑफ एंडोस्पर्म? व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ एंडोस्पर्म? एंडोस्पर्म का फंक्शन है कि जाइगोट को नरिशमेंट देना जब वो एम्ब्रियो में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है. राइट. तो एंडोस्पर्म पहले डेवलप होता है, फिर वो नरिशमेंट देता है जाइगोट को एंडोस्पर्म में कन्वर्ट होने के लिए. राइट. So endosperm development always precedes embryo development, right? This has come as a question also. Why it happens? Why endosperm development precedes the embryo development, right? तो इसका reason यही है कि endosperm provides nourishment to the zygote for getting converted into the embryo. So that is why to ensure the nutrition for embryogeny, endosperm development takes place first. Fine. Okay. So endosperm development will occur, means the endosperm will divide, the cell, the primary endosperm nucleus will divide to form the endosperm, right? Then embryo development will occur, means the zygote will convert into embryo, right? Fine. Then seed formation will occur. The ovule converts into seed. Ovule will bear both endosperm and the this embryo. Fine. The seed will contain both endosperm and the embryo, and it will form the ovule will change into the seed. Fine. Besides this, the ovary will change into the fruit, right? The wall of the ovary ripens and sometimes it becomes fleshy to form the fruit. Fine. Besides this, all the other non-essential floral parts. Non-essential floral parts means the petals, sepals as well as the stamens. They fall away, right? So these are the post-fertilization changes. If we list post-fertilization changes, they are: number 1, falling off the non-essential parts, that is falling off sepals, petals and stamens. Then second is formation of endosperm. Then third is formation of embryo, that is conversion of zygote into embryo. And fourth is conversion of ovule into seed. So these 4 changes can be listed as post-fertilization events. So students, today we have discussed about fertilization, post-pollination events, which will include pollen-pistil interaction as well as fertilization. We have discussed double fertilization. Now you should remember that double fertilization is a very important process. Fine. Now this portion also includes some important diagrams which I have showed to you, while explaining, right? So this is a diagram. Go through it, learn it and understand it well. Fine. I also want you to read up till page number 34. Fine. Only the double fertilization portion. This we have not discussed yet, right? This we are going to discuss: the embryo development, the stages in the embryo development, the stages in the endosperm development, that we are going to discuss tomorrow. Fine. All these diagrams are very important, right? So study well. If you have any doubts, you can ask me anytime. Fine. Stay at home and stay safe. Have a good day.